Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bulletcast, the only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, Philip Antwine. I'm the Podfather and the Bulletcast champion. I'm joined by the former reigning defending champion, the Canadian Destroyer. How's it going there, guy?
I'm going good. It's a CM Punk day, apparently.
Guess it is.
You can get your shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's jump into this performance-enhancing audio. Before we start, my thoughts, prayers, and condolences are with the people of Parkland, Florida, after the mass shooting that happened there a few days ago. We're keeping you in our prayers. Outside of the ring, the WWE Draft is supposed to be coming back pretty soon.
I hope so, because especially Smackdown, they need some superstar shakeup, as they like to say.
Yeah, so apparently it's going to be in May at the Backlash pay-per-view.
I've heard that apparently it's going to be a dual-branded pay-per-view now.
Yeah, I've heard that also.
Mm-hmm. So that's a lovely way to do it. I don't know exactly what they do. Maybe you get some more heels on the Raw, get Roman Reigns, because by that time Roman Reigns is going to be champion.
Honestly, make the move, throw Seth on SmackDown. That's a nice rivalry with Seth and AJ, Seth and Nakamura.
You finally get Finn over to SmackDown, what we all wanted.
Oh yeah, get some of that. Take the Good Brothers with him, possibly. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Mix it up. All right, Gail Kim officially retired. She had her last match officially in London last week. Gail Kim, thank you for all your years of service.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good for her.
Good for her, yes. WWE didn't really do anything with her in her 2 stints with the company, but TNA, that's her home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
TNA, they're good people. All right, Booker T comes clean about the rivalry, quote unquote, with Corey Graves, and your boy Meltzer. He got this wrong. What's going on there? Meltzer said they had real heat.
Well, maybe they do have a little bit of heat. Like, maybe they do have heat. Not like boiling over, like they're gonna kill each other heat. I really don't care about this. Like, okay, they worked all of us. Good for them. What was the whole point of this? They're not gonna have a match.
They were just joking around. I mean, I didn't really take it seriously when Booker T said, "I gets reals mean when you messes with my green."
Well, I mean, Booker T, if you listen to the podcast, Booker T kind of went into business for himself. He said it, didn't tell Corey he was going to say it. So then what's the point? I mean, and then whatever Big E tells Corey that Booker did this, and then he calls him, and then this whole thing happened. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, congratulations are in order. Ivory, she is going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I mean, good for her. If it's a real Hall of Fame, I don't think she should be in it.
Real? Why not?
Tell me why she should be in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, she was one of the girls back in that time who could actually go. I mean,
What did she do?
What do you mean, what did she do?
What did she do?
She was a pioneer.
How was she a pioneer? You're just taking the crap that WWE feeds you.
I mean, honestly, let's look at that time. Sable couldn't really work.
So?
Jacqueline, she's in the Hall of Fame. She did some stuff there. I mean, Ivory's greatest thing was China. I mean, it's like this. They have a celebrity wing. I mean, Donald Trump's in the thing.
So? I understand the WWE Hall of Fame isn't a real Hall of Fame. I mean, if you go for the WWE credentials, I guess you can be in it, because they always have to have one woman in there. You always have to have the one black guy, you know, you get the mid-carder, the main eventer. It's always the same thing.
Why doesn't she deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
I'm saying a real Hall of Fame. She can be in the WWE Hall of Fame, because honestly, it's not a real Hall of Fame. Honestly, when you think of Ivory, you don't think of, like, this great wrestler who, like, had all these great moments. Maybe it's just because she was in the wrong time. She was in the Attitude Era when, she was in the later part of the Attitude Era in the early 2000s. Even when Trish and Lita were there, they weren't tearing it down like they did in 2003 or 2004. I mean, when you think of Ivory, first thing I think of is, like, right to censor, is what they said. So.
Yeah.
And
that comes to mind a lot.
And that's not a Hall of Fame gimmick. It was just a lower card thing. They come out to that annoying ringtone, and she would just be the prudish Amish, lady.
Yeah. Well, Ivory, congrats. All right, Rich Swann has officially been released from WWE.
I think that makes sense. I mean, he was cleared of all charges. That doesn't mean he didn't do it, but I think after what happened, I think WWE, he's not worth the risk and the publicity of bringing him back. And I mean, even if something were to happen again, I mean, it's all right.
Yeah.
Because he's nothing special.
All right. The Andre the Giant documentary that is going to be released April 10th, they had a screening in New York a few days ago, and I've heard very good things from it.
I hope so. I mean, Bill Simmons is a big wrestling fan. He was the driving force behind this. I mean, shout out to WWE for allowing him to get the footage. I don't know exactly all the different places he got it from, if it was just all strictly WWE, if he got it from other like European places or stuff like that, but it should be good.
I know a lot of behind the scenes stuff. They're saying it's better than the Flair 30 for 30. A lot of people are in it. Hogan's in it. Princess and the Bride cast is in it. Of course, Vince is in it. David Shoemaker, who has a podcast, he's in it. So a lot of people are paying their respects to Andre. I mean, since this is going to be coming out, I think Taker's the last guy who we don't really know about his private life. You know.
And I'm fine with that. Like, in this age of social media, wrestlers keep a kayfabe a little bit. We don't need to know everything about your life. Bray Wyatt sort of keeps to himself. Bray Wyatt's kind of the only guy who we don't really know much about, except for him and JoJo. But wasn't that because like his ex-wife like called him out about it or something? I don't even know how we found out about it to begin with.
Yeah.
But I wish sometimes there was a little more mystique with these wrestlers.
Yeah, no, I mean with look at guys like Savage. He did the Hogan diss rap thing towards the end of his wrestling career, and then of course Ultimate Warrior with his racism and bigotry. So I think Taker really is the last guy where we don't really know about his personal life. Andre was like that too, but with this documentary that's going to come out, it's going to be something very interesting.
I'm excited to see it.
I really am also.
I wonder how they're going to portray Andre. If they're going to like talk about like kind of like how Flair is kind of like a sad story like the entire way. Andre, I don't know if they're going to kind of like build him up and then kind of talk about his health at the end and how he deteriorated and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I'll be excited to see what happens.
All right. Last for Outside of the Ring, Triple H is apparently getting ready to take over. Sources are saying that Triple H is gearing up to get a group of NXT guys for whenever he gets the call to take over the main roster, kind of like what the Nexus did years ago, except not to the burial extent, but you get the drift.
So does this mean like they're gonna do an angle where Triple H tries to run the company? And
I guess.
And then everyone's just going to turn against him like they did 6 years ago and there's a walkout?
I don't know about all that.
So is this going to be a heel gimmick? I assume this is a heel gimmick. So is he just going to get like Undisputed Era and, I don't know,
Sanity?
And yeah, I don't know,
Black.
Aleister Black, turn him heel or whatever, you bring him up there. But then if Triple H takes all these NXT talent and then he just like runs through the entire WWE, I mean, that's probably going to get over. Because I think the smart marks kind of realize like Triple H is next in line, and if he's not just working us all, and if exactly what's going on in NXT is what he would do in WWE, I think people would side more with Triple H.
Honestly, like if you want to see what Hunter could do, just let him take over control of SmackDown. Let's see what happened there.
Just take over the entire Tuesday tapings. First it starts with 205 Live, and maybe give him SmackDown.
Give him a little bit of the mixed match challenge.
Shout out to Lana, first ever win.
Shout out Lana.
I know.
All right, happy Rusev Day, by the way.
Happy Rusev Day.
All right, inside the ring, real quick. Emma, she joins Woman of Honor. She joins the tournament to crown the first ever Woman of Honor champion.
Good for her. I mean,
it's Tenille Dashwood making some moves.
Making money moves. Shout out Cardi B.
We will see her at the APW Kick Rock show on St. Patrick's Day.
With Hornswoggle.
With Hornswoggle. Yes, it's going to be a good one. Also, Caitlyn, a.k.a. Celeste Bonin, she makes her in-ring return after 4 years. She wrestles Rachel Ellering, a.k.a. Rachel Evers, at a school gym for a nice little indie show. Good for her.
Yeah, follow her on Instagram. She's been documenting it for like the past year about how she wants to get back into wrestling.
Yeah.
She's lost a lot of weight. She used to be big, muscular. Now she's kind of slimmed down. Still muscular.
Yeah.
But she looks good.
She's had some personal trials going through a divorce, and her company didn't really go the way she had planned. But I'm happy to see that she's doing better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brandon. Can you create a special gimmick match for a specific wrestler?
So, this is supposed to be kind of like the casket matches for like the Undertaker,
or the House of Horrors for Bray Wyatt. Not that your match is going to be bad. I'm just saying like the.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't really know what to do. Because I kind of, like, when you think of, like, a gimmick match, I would kind of think in more like Bray Wyatt, kind of like not a house, I mean, probably like House of Horrors, but something actually decent.
Yes.
Or maybe we do, like the Ambrose Asylum, where it's like a cage match, it's, like, on fire, and there's barbed wire, and there's stuff hanging all over the place.
I came up with an idea. Do you remember the three...
Stages of Hell.
No, not the 3 stages of hell. The 3-tier kind of...
WCW.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That Travis.
Shout out Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble, yes.
Great movie.
All right, and then there was another cage where it was like the cell, and then they had like 2 other ones on top, kind of like a tower. Why don't we give Bray that? Call it Abigail's Tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Why not?
Do something like that. Finish it on top of the cage. You know, falls count anywhere to. And actually, you know what? Let's not do that. We saw that happen with KO and Shane. Let's just keep it in the cage.
Yes, because cages are supposed to keep people in.
Exactly, yes. So Abigail's Tower, kind of a 3-tier type structure deal. Something of that nature. I think that'd be riveting. You got anything, my guy?
No, I think there's kind of too much reliance on gimmick matches in general, especially with these gimmick pay-per-views where they kind of force like a Hell in a they force a Hell in a Cell in for no reason just because that's the name of the pay-per-view. I wish we just go back like Backlash, No Mercy, Fastlane. Those are perfect pay-per-view names.
Yeah.
Like Elimination Chamber.
New Year's Revolution. I missed that one.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber. They're forcing an Elimination Chamber because that's the name of the pay-per-view. Do we really need an Elimination Chamber?
I mean, Elimination Chamber used to be... there was one at SummerSlam?
First
Survivor Series?
one was in Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. There was one at New Year's Revolution 2006. No Way Out used to be the home of the Chamber for a little bit.
Yeah, so... Too many gimmick matches.
Too many gimmick matches. All right, let's get into the Raw recap. I was in attendance for this show, and it was pretty damn good start to finish. All right, John Cena kicks off the show. Big match, John. He says that if he cannot win the Elimination Chamber, then he has no road to WrestleMania. And then The Miz comes out, and he goes on to challenge The Miz. Whoever loses, they become the first person to enter the Elimination Chamber. All right, so let's say Cena won this match, obviously. He's not going to be the first. What if he's the second? It's the same thing.
Well, we're kind of jumping the gun, but since there's going to be 7 people in the match, it's going to start with a triple threat match, obviously. Unless they're going to put an extra pod in there, but I don't...
Finn and Seth in one pod?
That's just weird. I mean...
That is weird.
But you did skip over, like, one of the biggest parts of the entire promo.
Oh, yeah, we got to get to that.
He said a line about how legends come back from the dead, which was that was a very not subtle hint that he's wrestling Undertaker at WrestleMania. Which I would have felt like, you know, maybe just leave that one out. That was a little bit too cute for me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're kind of telling the story, kind of like what they did last year. Like, he wants a spot at WrestleMania. We all know John Cena's getting a spot at WrestleMania. I wish he focused more on, like, wanting a match, like, main event, title match at WrestleMania. Because, I mean, you're John Cena. If you don't have a match, pair up with Heath Slater. I mean, The Rock had a match with Eric Rowan one year. I mean, come on. We can fit you in there.
Yeah, we can. All right, then we move on to the Revival defeating the Good Brothers.
I mean, good thing the Revival won because they took out the Good Brothers to begin with, chopped their legs off, and then they just did Revival heel work. They beat them, and I was glad. Even though this is another thing of 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
But as long as it just builds the Revival up a little bit, because last couple weeks they weren't doing so hot.
Also, the Nerdometer Live is hilarious. All right,
I don't like the...
Yeah, keep going.
When they put the words on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
They do it a lot. They've started to do it for Raw. They do it a lot for SmackDown. It sort of works with the Nerdometer, just because that's kind of their gimmick. It's like they're not nerdy, sorry. Don't want to call them nerds. They're just goofy characters, and the Nerdometer kind of fits along with it. And if they just stuck to that, if that's like the only thing they would do, I'd be okay with it. But it's just a bigger problem with all these stupid words on the screen.
All right, and then Kurt Angle and Seth Rollins have a promo. They're giving Kurt way too much to say. I don't know what happened to Kurt. Like, he's not the guy who could, like, just go to town on the mic like he could years ago. I don't know what's going on.
Concussions. I'll say it.
Yeah, but they've given him way too much to say. The Jason Jordan thing, and then he kind of just nonchalant said, oh, yeah, by the way, Ronda Rousey is going to be signing her contract at Elimination Chamber.
And I got to say something. You guys booed Ronda Rousey.
I didn't boo Ronda Rousey.
What was your sense in the crowd of their feeling towards Ronda?
Well, I didn't react when her when he said it, I was just like, okay. And I heard some boos and stuff. I'm like, all right, guys.
I mean, cause it's kind of, we don't know exactly how Ronda's gonna get reacted.
Exactly.
Because she just showed up, pointed at the sign like a good employee.
I pointed at the sign. I'm going to WrestleMania, by the way.
But we're going to WrestleMania.
I pointed at the sign. I have to go to WrestleMania.
We have to do it in the ring, live on television, for you to do it.
All right.
But anyways, Ronda Rousey, we don't know exactly how she's going to get reacted. Usually when a celebrity comes in, unless they do like a fantastic job, they kind of get booed.
Yeah.
Like Maria Menounos got booed at the Royal Rumble for no reason.
Why? She had a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but Ronda, she was kind of a heel her last stint with the UFC.
Yeah.
Because she just got angry at Holly Holm for no reason, and then she lost, and then she's a poor sport. She just, goes in the woods and hides out for like 8 months or a year, and then she comes back, she gets knocked out again, doesn't talk again. So,
yeah.
I mean, I could see Ronda being a heel. I don't know if she wants to be a heel, if she just wants to be fun-loving, at fantasy camp Ronda Rousey, which is kind of what she looked like at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think you just work, like, maybe you go to the house shows and you announce Ronda Rousey, not that she's going to be there, but announce that, at the Elimination Chamber, Ronda Rousey's going to sign a contract, and, like, a bunch of people are booing them. Like, take note of that. Maybe you don't have her be heel at WrestleMania, because she's going to be teaming up, hopefully with The Rock, maybe Seth Rollins, since Seth Rollins, everyone's getting injured. But, Ronda Rousey, turn her heel, and maybe she can do something.
Yeah. The Rollins part of the promo, he said he wants to be the man again. He says he wants to make this Monday Night Rollins, so he gets added into the last chance match for an opportunity to be put in the Elimination Chamber. And then we move on to Bayley winning in her hometown. She defeats Sasha Banks.
Finally. I mean, Bayley needed to win this match.
Good match.
It was a good match. It wasn't as good as the 2 Asuka matches we've had the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
But Bayley needed to win this. They're building up. Hopefully they build up to a Bayley-Sasha match at WrestleMania.
Oh, please.
I would love to have 3 singles women's matches on a WrestleMania.
Honestly, you could get 4 with the Rousey thing, technically.
Well, I mean, technically the Round, but that's a mixed tag.
Yeah.
Whatever, but if you get... Do you turn Bayley heel, or do we do the obvious thing and you turn Sasha heel?
I mean, I miss 2015 heel Sasha. I mean, let's do it. 2 women, no titles on the line. It's a grudge match. They just want to go out there and tear it up. I mean, let's do that. I'm all for it.
But the thing is,
we don't need multi-woman matches at WrestleMania every year.
I know, but the thing is with this match, if it is a WrestleMania, there's no titles on the line. It might be the victim of getting matched, either cut entirely or time cut.
If they tell a good story, I don't know.
But with the WWE Network now, they can go on for 7 hours.
That's true.
But which is always a negative.
WrestleMania is 9.5 hours this year, by the way.
I'm not down with that.
All right. Of course, after the match, Nia Jax attacks both Bayley and Sasha, and I watched her promo back when I was putting together the script. That words on the screen, we got to get rid of that. That's not.
Well,
fun.
they said it. They did it when they came back from the break, which was dumb. And then I wish the commentators kind of poked holes in our logic, like, yeah, you just beat them up because they just had a grueling match and they weren't ready for you. They weren't paying attention. You attacked them from behind. And they didn't really. The announcers didn't cover that really.
Nice, pretty quick. She got in that ring pretty fast. I was like, all right, big girl can move. Good stuff. Good stuff.
They talk about how fast Braun Strowman is. Why don't they talk about how fast Nia Jax is?
I know. God, sexist. All right, moving on.
Not touching that one.
Asuka, there's a video package displaying her dominance.
I really like this video package. It
was very well done.
It's very well done. It's similar to the Royal Rumble videos they did. They didn't do one this year, like the behind the numbers type thing.
Oh yeah.
They kind of just rolled out all the numbers, how long she's been with the company, how many matches, how many people she's beaten, all that good fun stuff.
She has the longest title reign of the modern era.
This is a great way to build up a non-English speaking wrestler when all she does is really just beat up people in the ring.
Yeah, just make her a badass.
We talked about it last week. We don't know how long she's going to be on the Raw roster, how many more times she can run. Like, is she just going to run through the entire roster and then just jump ship to SmackDown? Just doing videos like this kind of saves her another week of her destroying somebody that you want to do something with down the road. And it just kind of builds up her character. And it's good.
Yes.
It made me excited to see Asuka.
Yes. All right, Absolution. They go on to defeat Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
Fine. They had Mickie James and Alexa Bliss had a promo backstage.
It was very, very well done.
It was very well done.
I enjoyed
liked
it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was just kind of simple, just them talking. Wasn't too overly scripted. It kind of felt like two people talking.
Yeah.
Which is what
Conversational.
it should be.
That's all we want here. Not any suffering succotash, you know? Plus Alexa Bliss live. That's always fun. Alright, oh my god, ladies and gentlemen.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
I might have to walk with Strowman. I mean, that was amazing. That was like one of the best segments I've ever seen live.
Okay,
Thoughts on it?
since I was not there live, I didn't have the rose-colored glasses. And I wish Mitchell was here to defend this, because Mitchell's always on board with the Braun Strowman shenanigans,
He is.
as I am not. I'm not going to say this thing was, like, it was funny. I'll be honest. It was funny.
I was on board with this one.
It was entertaining, but we talked we talked 2 weeks ago about how Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss are doing a lot of comedy. And if that's good for his character, I don't think it's good for his character. This was very comedic. Him breaking out the big-ass bass.
Oh, man, it was all... I mean...
I think probably live, it was fun.
Yeah, I'll speak from being in the crowd. It was great. I see them setting up the bass and the stool, and I'm like...
Because you could hear on TV, like, there was a grumbling, like something was going on.
Yeah, something was happening. And then Braun comes out, and we're like, oh! And then the singing, him breaking it with, like, one strum, it was all fun. I mean, Braun, there's another level to his character where he can be comedic at times, but then at the end of the segment, he was still the monster among men, destroying Elias, you know?
I think you can build layers within Braun Strowman without him being a comedy figure. You can have him be like the guy who used to be a bully, and now he's seeing the error of his ways, and now he wants to, beat up the bullies because he doesn't want that to happen to anybody else. You can do something that just doesn't strictly rely on comedy, and when he's comedic, can you take him super seriously when he's strumming a bass?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the problem shows had for the last decade. Just too comedic. Nobody really took him seriously.
I mean, you can kind of say what that's happened to Kane ever since he had his Hell No run with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Loved it. It was great. It was like kind of a cherry on top of his career because he kind of just did everything, and now he's come back, and now he's serious Kane. He was Corporate Kane, and Corporate Kane was kind of a stooge. He was kind of funny at times,
Corporate
too.
Kane was trash.
Corporate Kane, he had his moments.
Yeah.
I mean, in the ring, yeah, but, backstage with Stephanie and Triple H, being the lackey, it was fine.
Yeah.
But, hopefully this doesn't happen every week with Braun. I'm just afraid it might.
Yeah. I think Braun will get really back into destroyer mode when he's up against, if he ever goes up against Roman again or a Lesnar or, something like that.
And this is just them, I think, relying too much on, we talk about too much relying on gimmick matches. I think with Braun Strowman, they're relying too much on gimmick spots.
It's true.
He's flipping stuff over. He's hitting people with bases. It's just what can Braun Strowman break next? And they're kind of running out of ideas.
I know. I don't know what's going to happen.
This is my yard now.
Speaking of the guy who is responsible for that drop, he defeats Sheamus.
It was a good match. Last month or so, Roman's been losing, which I don't know if it's like a master plan to be like, look, Roman, he can do jobs. He's not a Shawn Michaels. He's a good guy. But then now that Royal Rumble or WrestleMania is coming around, he's winning all of his matches after he lost the IC title to The Miz. He's kind of been on a roll. He hasn't really been talking too much about the Elimination Chamber.
No.
Kind of just keeping him off the radar, which I don't know if that's just like, we're not going to talk about it, but he's going to win the whole thing, and you guys are going to take it and enjoy it.
Exactly. All right. Nice match. I enjoyed it live, as always. The Cesaro spot into the crowd was fun. All right, and then we go on to the last chance match. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor both pin the same person, and now they will both be added into the Elimination Chamber. For the first time ever, we get a 7-man chamber.
I thought the finish was a little cute. Maybe a little too cute. And then they just kind of ended the show just staring at each other.
Yeah. I think Kurt should have came out. All right, you both are going to be in the chamber. We're going to have a 7-man elimination chamber for the first time ever, and then Raw could have went off that way.
Yes, or even like the commentators say, like, oh, we ran out of time. We'll talk, tune in to WWE.com or YouTube and see what happened. Like, they didn't do anything. It was just awkward.
It was
like,
just kind of weird.
They were just like, what happened? Finn and Seth stared at each other, and then I look on Twitter the next day and be like, oh, it's going to be a 7-man elimination chamber.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird for us in the crowd. We're like, what's going on? nothing's gonna happen, then
Because they didn't do anything live. Everything was backstage.
yeah, they just walked to the back. Quick type some loose ends from Raw. After the show, Asuka comes out to have a women's championship match with Alexa Bliss. Nia Jax interferes, and then Bayley and Sasha make the run in and get their revenge on Nia. And then after the show, Miz was great once again. Strowman destroys the Miz Taraj, and we all go home happy.
I saw advertisements for the show. They advertised a 6-man tag match. It didn't happen.
Did not happen. No.
I've noticed this is a fact or a trend with WWE. They advertise these matches for Raws or Smackdowns. Usually they come through at Smackdowns because they want people to stay for the 205 Live taping.
Exactly.
But on Raws, sometimes, especially on the West Coast, like, the show ends at 8 o'clock. People might be a little tired, but you can have an extra match or, deliver on what you advertised. False advertisement, even though they say card subject to change, which is how they get out of all this stuff. But it just kind of denigrates the goodwill you have with your fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so moving into the SmackDown recap. Ziggler and Corbin are attacked by Cammy. We're still waiting on the royalty check, by the way. And
my royalty check.
Yes, your royalty check. They get attacked in some confusion. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do find out later in the show. Moving on from that, Charlotte goes on to defeat Sarah Logan. 2 down, 1 more to go. All she has left to do is defeat Ruby Riott.
Sort of doing what Asuka's doing on Raw, kind of just running through everybody. Gonna have a crash course eventually.
Yes.
One of these days.
All right, Shane and Daniel Bryan have a promo backstage. Shane says Corbin will face KO, Sammy will face Ziggler, and if either KO or what did he say? Oh,
If either one of them interfere, they're taken out of the match.
They're taken out of the match. So that was interesting. Shane kind of being like, "Hey, shape these guys up,"
Is anybody gonna ask AJ Styles if it's okay with them just adding all these people? Because according to WWE math, his chances of winning the championship back has gone from 33% to 20% after this show.
I mean, Styles has said line them up, so I don't know. We will see. And then Corbin goes on to defeat Kevin Owens, so he advances and he makes it a fatal 4-way. And then there's an interesting segment with Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Randy Orton.
I enjoyed this segment. I might have been the best part of SmackDown for me.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal, he's kind of gone away from the whole USA, everyone hates me now, to just being a regular heel, which is what I've been asking for. And Randy Orton is kind of a dick, but that's why we love him. He just RKOs everyone for no reason, and it kind of built it up. Bobby Roode trying to bring back the open challenge, and he got his wish. Randy Orton came out, but then Jinder Mahal came out, and
RKO to one of the gender heads,
Chaos ensued.
Chaos did ensue. This is interesting. Randy Orton going for the U.S. title at this stage in his career?
I mean,
I
I don't think we want to see him in the main events. We just want to see him RKO people. That's all we want.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, and then the New Day, they have a segment with Gable and Benjamin. Then they go on to defeat Gable and Benjamin. Don't touch Big E's cakes.
Chad Gable is fantastic.
Chad Gable is amazing.
He's great.
I love him.
He just
phenomenal wrestler. Charismatic as all hell.
He takes this stupid segment of Big E eating pancakes, even though I don't even think he ate one pancake. He just kind of shoved them all in his mouth and spit them out later.
Yeah, and then Shawn Benjamin was like, "We like waffles."
Hot takes. Flaming hot
cakes.
Hot takes and hot cakes out here.
Yeah. All right, and then we move on to a backstage segment with Dolph Ziggler saying that he needs to win, that's why he's back. And then he does. He goes on to defeat Sami Zayn. Nice match.
It was nice. I mean,
one with a super kick.
If you were going to put KO and Corbin or Ziggler and Zayn, I think everyone would say Ziggler and Zayn would by far be a better match. Not saying the other one wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, this was nice.
But the problem is these are 4 heels going at it. Who are we supposed to cheer? Who are we supposed to go after?
I don't know.
And then Ziggler's entrance is whack. Yeah. There's nothing playing, and then it does the scratch, the vinyl scratch, which happens when music is playing. So no music's playing, but then that thing stops, and then he comes out, and then he says, "I'm not going to come out to any music because music is stupid because I'm all about getting stuff done in the ring." Even though he loses all of his matches, and then his music starts up again, it makes no damn sense. Dolph Ziggler is a mess. I don't know why he re-signed. I mean, get your money, kid. Get your money, but I don't know what he
gave him more freedom to do stuff outside of WWE that's not wrestling. And they gave him a nice check. That's why he came back.
I mean,
but this is now a Fatal 5-Way at Fastlane. I alluded to a Fatal 5-Way weeks ago. I wasn't sure of the participants, but now we do know this. This is something very interesting.
How long until the actual match? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I don't know. But it's just going to be one big
It's in
cluster.
March. That's all I know.
It's going to be one big cluster, just probably not like a spot fest or anything like that, but probably Corbin being the base, everyone flying around, he catches everybody, and 5 people. I mean, this is
Do you think
practically
AJ drops the title? Shock.
There's no way AJ's dropping this title, and if he does, okay, who does he drop it to? Who do you want Shinsuke to face at WrestleMania?
What if they make it a triple threat at WrestleMania? AJ...
You don't need a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, I mean, let's really look at it. Let's say Ziggler wins the title. Shinsuke won the Rumble, so Ziggler and Shinsuke, we already saw that. AJ's entitled to a rematch, obviously. That's just how this works. So it's a triple threat.
I don't want triple threat matches. Singles matches.
I mean,
are a
WrestleMania
lot better.
20 triple threat was nice.
Okay, that was 14 years ago.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Great moment. We're not supposed to talk about it, but it was nice.
No triple threat match. Give me AJ versus Shinsuke.
We won it again, goddammit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we will get into the Superstar Spotlight after this commercial break.
Commercial break.
Want to start the new year feeling great? Arbonne is a 38-year botanically based health and wellness company with a Swiss heritage that is pure, safe, and beneficial. Healthy living for the whole body inside and out. Formulated without fillers, dyes, or harmful chemicals. There is something for everyone. Arbonne has an amazing workout line, sports nutrition, vitamins, weight management products, baby care, makeup, skincare, and more. If interested, please contact Lisa Mays, Arbonne Independent Consultant, at lisamays14@gmail.com. That's LISAMAES14@gmail.com for more information and start your new year right.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Superstar Spotlight. What do we got? Who do we got?
Can a video package be a superstar spotlight? Because I really did like that Asuka package. It might have been
Yeah.
better than Austin Aries' package. I'm just saying it out there.
Austin Aries did have a great package, but Asuka's video package was very nice. It was very nice.
If we're gonna go with this superstar, I'll go with Chad Gable just because his promo, just taken, yeah. I'm not no profanity. Chicken salad, chicken. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I mean, a lot of hot music's been dropped lately. Drake's God's Plan and Diplomatic Immunity. I might have to go pick up Braun's EP. I'm picking Strowman.
First off, Drake's God's Plan isn't even the best song he's put out in the last couple of weeks. It's all about Look Alive.
Look Alive is a nice one, but God's Plan,
Look Alive.
it's nice.
Shout out God's Plan.
That video
dropped.
Video dropped. It's amazing. I love it. But
Drake loves the kids.
Drake does love the kids. I'm picking LeBron Strowman for this week.
No.
Probably because I was there live.
No.
But yeah,
No.
it was good. It was good stuff. All right. The Black Power ranking. Let's get into this real quick. The Velveteen Dream on NXT cuts a nice promo regarding Tyler Bates, saying, "Who does he think he is? He's 5'0", former UK champion, doesn't stand a chance against me." Number 2, Ember Moon. She has a great title defense on NXT TV. I really enjoyed it. And then number 1, Cedric Alexander for his main event performance before Raw came on. Cedric Alexander.
Main event?
Yeah.
Getting some love on the show.
Main event getting some love on the show.
Look at that.
He faced Arya Davari. I enjoyed it. It was nice. Very well done. I've always been a fan of Cedric. And hopefully he can win that Cruiserweight title tournament. And then my promo pick of the week, Bobo Brazil from March 30th, 1976. The interviewer, a young Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr.
Well, technically he's not junior.
Well, yeah, technically not junior, but a young Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And then my closing match pick of the week, Bobo Brazil defeats Buddy Rogers October 18th, 1962 and becomes NWA World Champion, the first African American World Champion. Even though it's not officially recognized, they give that distinction to Ron Simmons. There was some misunderstanding, some foolery that happened with this, but Bubba Brazil is the first ever African American World Heavyweight Champion in professional wrestling.
First ever African American Bullet Cast champion right here.
The African American Nightmare, yep. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. YouTube channel is The Bulletcast. Instagram, The Bulletcast. We're on Facebook, Bulletcast. Email us, bulletcast2 as in the number 2, SWEET at gmail.com. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn.
SoundCloud.
I said SoundCloud.
I don't know. I don't listen to you.
Well, hey, man. We're on all these other great platforms. Any closing remarks?
All-Star Weekend this week. Trying to cop all these shoes. I'm going to go broke.
You're gonna go broke.
I'm gonna resell them all, though. I'm going to make this money.
Better make this money.
Yeah. Got to build up my finances so we go to Survivor Series.
We're going to Survivor. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am.
Spin.
I don't know about you.
I mean, I might have to make a trip. You know, I might have to. Well, I guess there's only one way to end the show.
How?
What do you mean how?
I don't know.
You do it every week.
Not every week. I don't want you to force me and to say something dumb and contrived like goodbye and good night.
I busted it, actually. Big dog.
Wow. That was great. That was way better than what I said. Big dog. Yeah. Shout out Finn Balor. Naked.